Let's talk about microbiome aging or gut bacteria aging and life extension. We can live longer. You got to check this out. Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist and Health and Wellness Instructor for 34 years. Let's get the world healthy. We can do this. Like what I do, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please show these to other people. We have a lot of people that are sick and need to get healthy. Well, brand new studies. And down below, you'll see some of the studies. There's actually over 500 pages of studies about aging gut bacteria and what it does to our body and how we can reverse this. And this is very, very, very important. So I just picked out a few here. It really does show that as we get older, the gut bacteria don't work as well. And then we start to age faster and faster. Also, the gut bacteria stop working together. They normally, work together to create different things in the body, but they stop doing that, and then we start aging faster. And because these bacteria are not making these nutrients, we start aging faster, and the gut actual barrier starts to break down, which is not good. And a lot of things happen that make us accelerate our aging. So there's a lot of different things going on, and the host bacteria actually changes as we get older, and they start the good bacteria in our gut, if we're young, actually recycle a lot of different things in our gut, and also that promotes, in turn, other bacteria use those things that are made to help us in general, and we actually stay younger. Interesting. They did an interesting study with mice. They took young mice and they transferred their actual gut bacteria or fecal bacteria into the older mice, and they found amazing changes happened after that. They transferred the gut or fecal bacteria every 2 weeks to these older mice from the young mice, and over a 2-year period also. And they were able to reduce aging. And it was very interesting that the older mice actually had better coordination and movement, and actually the barrier inside the gut was still intact and looking good. They also had less inflammation products going on in their body because they had these good younger bacteria which were in their gut from the young mice. As we get older, we start getting what's called inflamed aging, and we start producing more products that actually cause inflammation in our body. And when they transferred the young bacteria into their gut, that stopped happening. Interesting. So they're going to be doing a lot of new studies showing that we can change the gut bacteria and help us to live longer and actually age slower and feel good for a long period of time. We have a lot to learn. I have come to figure out that gut bacteria have to do with everything in our body. And if you're not treating your gut bacteria correctly, you're going to age badly. There's no doubt about that. And gut bacteria love fruits, vegetables, grains, beans, and also leafy greens. And they love all that fiber there. And they break down that fiber to create nutrients that we can use in our body and get rid of the inflammation in our body. So this is important. You don't find that fiber in animal products. And I'm living proof of this. Look at it. I'm going to be 72 this year, and I hardly have any wrinkles whatsoever. So we can slow the aging process for sure. If you have something going on, give me a call at 831-869-9119. 831-869-9119. Maybe you have, a hernia starting to develop. Maybe you're just gaining weight and it's going crazy and you never had this before. Maybe you have, something else going on that you just don't understand. I can help you turn this around. 831-869-9119. Remember God and remember I love you. And we live in this matrix of information that's all around us. It's really interesting. They did a study with people who had never done remote viewing at all. And they had somebody go out to a certain place and say, we're not going to tell you where it's at. I want you to just sit down at your desk and write out, draw a picture of where they're at. It was interesting. 86% of the people came up with a drawing of the person being near a waterfall, and that person was at a particular actual, I go to the mall, and sometimes they have these waterworks, and we have one in our mall here. That's where that person was. So 86% of them got that correct. So we're in a information matrix. And this is all the spirituality that we have going on. We need to take this in and understand it and change our lives forever. I love you.